Right, listen, I'm not gonna lie on this one. I got the original idea from a recommendation I got on my YouTube feed. And, to be honest, pretty fire video, like pretty good. But as Destiny works in incomprehensible ways, I just happened to go in WhatsApp and I see a post that said, "If I do something for you, I won't ask for anything back. Just so I can feel emotionally and morally superior and manipulate you." And I was like, what? I read that and I was like, ugh. I can't imagine her, because it was a girl who posted this, writing that thinking that she was spitting fire, that she was basically like the Gunner meme. She was Shakespeare reincarnated. But to me, it just seemed like your rectum and your mouth were hit by a and switched places, because there are way too many things to talk about with this topic. But I feel like I should start with the most obvious of them all, which is that is not your personality, because most of the people you see acting like this are basically the same kind of people who flock the red pill community, or in other words, fatherless behavior, who got their hearts broken one time and now are trying to pretend they are some kind of anime villain.
Stop it. Get some help.
And to all of you out there thinking like this, I say,
you are not the guy.
Like, it's cool and all when you see the so-called Master Manipulator with no emotions from a show, and they are like playing chess while the rest play Clash Royale without a pass or whatever. Fine, I get it. It's entertaining. You know, characters like Alejandro from Total Drama, Lelouch from Code Geass, or even Caillou. I'm telling you, mate, this kid was a knee-headed fiend. They all look cool because, first of all, that's television, my guy. But you got to understand that you're not a part of that universe. And even if you were, you would just be an extra. You're not like Yagami, bro. He was #1 student in Japan. The only #1 you are is the top donator to Ruby Rose. If you were in that universe, all you would be is just an extra like you are in real life. You see, this is the same kind of people who want to appear more profound and wise than everybody else because their brain is just in such a different plane of existence that us mere mortals who have never tasted the ambrosia of delusion cannot comprehend. You would see them posting stories or cryptic pictures, acting like they're some criminal masterminds just because they watched 3 episodes of Prison Break or Rick and Morty, whatever. Same kind of person who will let you borrow a fry only to then be acting like, "Oh, so you requested my assistance. I shall grant it to you on the condition that you may fulfill a request to me in the future." What? Who are you, spawn of Satan? You are not Lucifer. I am not dealing with you. I am not dealing with... No, you're not that guy. Dude, I am asking for a pencil. Like, shut up, Jason. This is why you still get bullied in college. Talking about manipulation, you can't even convince the bully not to put their head in the toilet on Taco Tuesday. One of the funniest parts of all of this to me is that those characters they are trying to be like plan in silence. It fundamentally goes against being a manipulator to have people know you are one. Ayano Koji, the one, for some reason I cannot comprehend, the one these morons pray to every single night, is first of all extremely overrated. Yes, you heard it from me. I don't care. But these people have such a big ego and such a broken intellect that they have to paint their faces and announce to the world that they do all that, trying to post about how they don't care about society or the people. Bro, if you really didn't care, you would not be posting. Can you imagine if Ayano Koji right after beating Ruin was like, "Yo, that Ruin at waste, my man. Just punch his skull in. Told him not to mess with the Koji. Hashtag mess around. Find out." Just hear how lame that sounds. That's you. That's how lame you sound. Pretending to be Ayano Koji. You're not a master manipulator. And you can tell these people just did not get enough attention. Not even a master manipulator could convince a girl to go out with you when you look like you got pubic hair on your face. Looking like a villain from Little Nightmares. Looking like a Meat Canyon animation. Talking about manipulation. Go manipulate yourself in front of a mirror to see if you take a shower, for goodness sake. There's a reason why you have an anime pic instead of one of yourself. Honestly speaking, I know many people do this stuff, ironically. But if you are one of the people who don't, please. Just put the chips in the bag. Even Orochimaru did it, why shouldn't you? We have to understand that in their respective universes, it sometimes makes sense for these characters to act like this. But like even in their universe, just listen to how preposterous this sounds.
I'll take a potato chip and eat it.
Same way most of you wouldn't be shouting ninja techniques in public or doing weird faces, some things just work better in the medium that they're in. That stuff in real life is just cringe. That's why so many live actions fail. You really can't capture the essence, the magic, in such a different medium. That would be like J.K. Rowling explaining in detail that Hermione, who is now Asian and trans, and goodness knows what else, was making the One Piece face. How would you get that into detail and convey the same thing as just this image? Something I want to understand is why do they all do the inner monologue thing? You could be like, yo Harry, are we still going to Lex's house later? And they will be like, what should I answer? If I say yes, then this might happen. Like bro, time doesn't really stop when you go to a corner to mumble to yourself. Just say yes or no. They will be like,
なぜ今になって必要なんだ。
いや普通に携帯使うだろ。
このタイミングで言うなんて不自然だぜ。まさか貴様。
bro, you took one psychology class which you failed, by the way. You're not Sherlock. But even worse is that these people are the same ones thinking that they're so above the rest, so unpredictable, when all they do is wake up, scroll memes, post something cringy, and make up scenarios in their mind because they are too scared to actually talk to people. Could you imagine trying to talk to people like your anime character and then rage posting on Reddit how nobody understands you and you're alone because your IQ is so high and everyone is your puppet while you are the one getting the hand on your AC port? I honestly cannot believe people are watching entire movies worth of content dedicated to teaching people manipulator tricks. And it's funny to me how the Master Manipulator does not seem to realize they are being manipulated, tricked, straight to bamboozled to make some other higher level basement dweller richer. Wake up, man. Your idols are drawings made up by some Japanese guy that looks like this. And probably, most likely, lives like this. I mean, at least they got a job. May I promise you, once you start dropping 4 to 8 hours on a shift, you're not gonna have the time or energy to be licking the toenails of some fictional characters like you currently do. And you know the worst part? The guy talked about in the beginning of the video, the one who actually posted this, is a Makima fan. Yes, that Makima. She's a grown woman living in one of the best parts of the city. What are you talking about manipulation? Go manipulate a couple of burgers and make it fall in the bag. Anyway, rant's over. That's all I've got for you today. Please don't be like these people. Anyways, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, to be good to your families, drink some water, and touch some grass every now and then. That's it. God bless you.